Welcome, everyone. I want to thank you for joining this intro session on the LA5C framework and the 8 lean ways in software development. Radar Consulting LLC is proud to present Lean Agile Mastery and the LA5Cs. My name is Gene Lee, founder of Radar Consulting LLC and author of the book and online certificate course called Lean Agile Mastery, Mastering the 5 Cs for Customer-Centric Success. The purpose of this training is to inform, educate, and advocate the Lean Agile 5C framework for software development through the lens of the 8 ways. Radar Consulting LLC is a boutique technology consultancy and digital automation agency that leverages Lean Agile Mastery, mastering the 5 Cs for customer-centric success to drive innovation through product development, automation, and most importantly, building a culture of continuous improvement, or what I call the 5 Cs culture. A little bit about myself. As you can see here, I've got about 15 years experience leading lean agile transformations. And like I said, I'm the author of Lean Agile Mastery. I'm certified as a Lean Six Sigma Black Belt, Agile Certified Professional, and Scrum Master. And some of the results that we've been able to generate include a 75x to 700x revenue multiple on 0 to 1 product launches. I'm a customer evangelist and lean agilist who streamlines SDLC, that's software development lifecycle, as well as customer lifecycle management processes. Welcome again. The agenda for this training includes an overview of the Lean Agile 5 Cs. We're going to look at the 8 lean ways of software development, addressing pain points in software development, the importance of implementing Lean Agile principles, and we'll do some potential Q&A at the end. So the big question here is, how do you deliver customer value, right? It's not just about the product. It's also about your processes. And Agile is about the product, and whereas Lean is about your processes. So when you combine these two, you're really driving customer value. So what is Lean Agile in SDLC? In the software development lifecycle, Lean Agile is an approach that combines the principles of lean manufacturing. So think of the Toyota way and Agile software development to create a more efficient and flexible process. The Lean Agile approach in SDLC involves a focus on delivering value to the customer through continuous delivery and feedback. It involves breaking down the software development process into small iterative cycles or sprints, where each cycle involves developing, testing, delivering a small set of features. The Lean Agile approach also emphasizes the importance of the other 3 Cs: collaboration, coordination, and communication among team members, as well as with customers and stakeholders. The goal is to minimize waste, eliminate unnecessary processes, and focus on delivering value to the customer. So the concept of the 8 lean ways, also known as the 8 ways, originated in the context of lean manufacturing. As I mentioned, Toyota manufacturing processes, or Toyota was known for defining the lean manufacturing and the 8 ways. It's aimed at reducing inefficiencies and improving processes. These elements were identified by Toyota that contribute to inefficiencies and reduce value in the manufacturing processes. And so what I did is really relate these 8 ways to software development. It's production, but instead of cars, we're talking about software. So the first waste here are defects. So these are errors or mistakes that require rework, correction, or scrap. In software development, this translates to bugs, code defects, or issues that need to be fixed after deployment. So I mentioned here Six Sigma. That translates to 3.4 defects per million opportunities. So if you have a million lines of code, 3.4 defects, and you only have 3.4 bugs, then you're operating at a Six Sigma level. Think of airplane manufacturers, Boeing, and some of these other manufacturers. They need to be operating at a Six Sigma level. Otherwise, people are going to die in flight, right? So imagine if you got a part in an airplane wing and the screw or the bolt is not manufactured at a Six Sigma level. That means 99.9997% precision. If it doesn't meet that standard, then the wing is going to fall apart and the plane is going to it's going to fall from the sky, right? So number 2, overproduction, which is producing more than what is needed. That leads to excess inventory or waste. In software development, this could mean creating features or functionalities that are no longer needed, they aren't necessary, or they're not used by the end users. And so one of the examples, recent consulting engagements I was in, after a CEO went on a national marketing campaign, and we spent about 6 months or $336,000 in development spend. There were ultimately $0 in online sales, right? So that's overproduction, and there's some other root causes there as well that we'll get into. The third waste is waiting. These are delays or idle time between tasks or process steps. In software development, waiting can occur when team members are waiting for code reviews, approvals, or resources to be available. An example here is ART, or Agile Release Train. When I was working for a Fortune 500 client, I was responsible for the Salesforce backend, and often our team, we finished ahead of time instead of working concurrently with the front end team. And so what ended up happening is we had to wait, we had to jump off the train, wait for the front end team to get on the train, get to where we were, and then after that time, you lose momentum, you lose memory, and there's a lot of context shifting. And so all that waiting, it causes unnecessary overruns and team frustration. Number 4, non-utilized talent. It's really important to inventory your team's skills. In software development, I think this doesn't happen enough, where people don't know what other members are capable of. And so you really, really lose the opportunity to collaborate and be more successful. Number 5, transportation. This is unnecessary movement of materials or products. In software development, this might relate to, for example, unnecessary movement of digital assets between different systems or environments. So think of API communications, between systems. The 6th waste is inventory, which is excess work in progress or unfinished tasks that are awaiting completion. In software development, this could refer to a backlog of features or user stories that have not been addressed, or you have sprint carryovers. So I worked at a company, a healthcare organization, where sprint after sprint, multiple tickets would carry over and over and over. And as you can imagine, that is not very effective. Number 7 is motion. This is unnecessary movement or actions by employees that don't add value. So in software development, this could refer to context switching or unnecessary steps in the development process. So as I mentioned before with this Fortune 500 client, priorities actually switched in one PI, which is 3 months of the program increment. The priorities shifted 3 different times, and that meant 3 times the team had to context switch. So again, very, very wasteful. And finally here, the last waste here is extra processing. So this is performing activities that do not add value to the end product. So in software development, this could mean excess meetings or redundant code. Often a lot of the top performing developers, they get pulled into meetings after meetings, and they get pulled out of the sprint. So that's what this last extra processing waste is referring to. So there I mentioned 3 pain points here in software development. So I'm talking about challenges, obstacles, or issues that developers, teams, and organizations commonly face when creating and maintaining software. These pain points can hinder productivity, efficiency, and overall success of software projects. So here are 3 common pain points in software development. Number 1, I'm sure many teams and organizations are familiar with unclear requirements and scope. So often software projects start without well-defined requirements. And so we're talking about functional requirements as well as non-functional requirements, or a clear understanding of the project scope. So this can lead to scope creep, where additional features or changes are introduced throughout the development, causing delays and budget overruns. Unclear requirements can also result in misunderstandings between development teams and stakeholders, leading to rework and inefficiencies. Number 2, inefficient communication, collaboration, and coordination. These are three of the 5 LA5Cs. So poor communication and collaboration among team members can lead to misunderstandings, misaligned expectations, and delays in project progress. Lack of transparency between different roles, such as developers, designers, and testers, or between product managers and product owners, that can result in silos and bottlenecks that slow down the development process. Ineffective communication with stakeholders can result in misaligned priorities and missed opportunities for feedback. The third pain point here are frequent changes and interruptions. Frequent changes in project requirements or shifting priorities can disrupt the development process and lead to wasted effort. Interruptions such as constant context switching or excessive meetings can impact developers' focus and productivity. The lack of a structured process for handling changes can also lead to chaos and hinder progress. So let's get into the LA5Cs. As you can see here on my first ebook cover, We've got customer centricity or mindset, which is central to the 5 Cs. So that's in the center. We'll talk more about that. Collaboration, it's the second C. Coordination, communication, and finally, continuous improvement, which is all encompassing, right? So let's get into each of the 5 Cs. Number one, first and foremost, customer mindset. So this is at the center of Lean Agile, uh, understanding and empathizing with customer needs, preferences, and goals allows teams to develop solutions that truly address customer pain points and deliver value. Uh, so at the last consulting engagement that we had, imagine $336,000 in spend, a national marketing campaign that the CEO of the company, um, went on national television for, and that generated $0 in online sales, right? So the root cause of that is there was a lack of capturing requirements from the customers or the end users. And so we talk about in our Lean Agile 5 Cs, some of the best practices and tools are VOC or voice of the customer, user-centered design, value stream mapping, or customer lifecycle management. So these are incredible tools and methods of getting to know your customer and developing a customer mindset. Next, we get into collaboration. Collaboration is a key aspect of Lean Agile. It promotes cross-functional teamwork, shared responsibility, and collective problem solving. By fostering collaboration, teams can leverage diverse perspectives, skills, and knowledge to drive better outcomes. So, you need to ask yourself, how well do you collaborate not only within your team, but also with your other stakeholders and other cross-functional teams. So think of sales and marketing, right? How well do they collaborate? Or how well does product management and the development teams, and also so on to DevOps and release management. Um, you know, we talk about agile release train and how each of the stakeholder teams, the more they collaborate well, the more you're able to deliver to the customer. The third C is coordination. Coordination also very crucial to Lean Agile when multiple teams are involved. So, again, I'm going to reference this Fortune 500 client. Often there was friction, right, between the product manager and the product owner. There were unclear requirements. So historically, this development team was not successful in delivering profitable customer-centric solutions because of the lack of coordination between product management and the development teams. But it also applies to other cross-functional teams as well, with DevOps, with release management, and even with sales and marketing. The fourth C is communication. Again, this is the foundation, one of the foundational aspects of Lean Agile. Clear and open communication and transparency is very, very critical with the team, with customers, and also stakeholders. It helps to build trust, align expectations, and then also resolve conflicts promptly. Um, PMI says that over 90% of a project manager's job is communication, and I can't agree more. And then finally, the fifth C is continuous improvement. This is at the core of Lean Agile. It emphasizes ongoing refinement, waste reduction, and the pursuit of excellence. And it fosters a culture of learning. You have to have a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. And when you have those elements in place and you develop a culture of learning, you really develop a culture of innovation, and you can actually deliver better results that way. So what's the importance of implementing the LA5Cs? The 5 Cs are all interconnected and they're mutually reinforcing. So we're talking about building a culture here. So if you only have a culture of communication, or if you only have a culture of collaboration, or perhaps you have both of those, it's nothing compared to having all the 5 Cs working together and mutually reinforcing itself. So a culture of continuous improvement is, all these other C's combined. They're all mutually reinforcing. And I've been fortunate to lead a couple of very successful Lean Agile transformations leveraging the LA5Cs. So I want to give some offers here. I want to encourage you to visit our website at radarconsultingllc.com. And for example, we've got a automation service where we're leveraging social media chatbot automation as well as Salesforce automation. Number two here, I've got a free ebook that you can order on the website. Just go to the homepage at radarconsultingllc.com and enter in the coupon code free book, and you'll get the Agile Capacity Planning book that I also published. Number three, we're launching our certificate online course, plus the free ebook on Lean Agile Mastery. So that's 50% off. Use coupon code half off and go to radarconsultingllc.com/course order, or you could just go to the homepage. Lastly, one more thing. So if you want to be able to generate 75 to 700x revenue multiples, boost CSAT to near perfect levels while also optimizing business processes, including SDLC, then the LA5C framework it will be priceless. And I can teach you and your team how to leverage the LA5Cs to build a culture of continuous improvement and generate these positive business outcomes. So go to radarconsultingllc.com/request-call, or just go to radarllc.com and just book a call, and would be happy to discuss how we can help. I want to thank you so much for your time. Again, feel free to visit our website, or you can email me also at gene@radarconsulting.com. Thank you very much.